Alright. Welcome everyone to another little evening here on Vintage Story, where we get to suffer through the winter with the best of them. Springtime's actually almost here, so pretty excited for that. We're going to start the stream up by getting a little bit of water from our well, which is now backwards because I had to rebuild it because it was broken today. Alright, it's a good start. It's a good start. There we go. There we go. Get some water. Raise it up. So I've been between streams just kind of putting away on the castle a little bit, testing out some things with the gatehouse tower to try and make something kind of interesting out of it, and also just kind of push and see what all we can do in terms of getting things set up. Hey James, how's it going, man? Of course my chat overlay isn't working. Why do I bother with fancy things? Why do I do this to myself, man? Boop. Boop. More of this. We're actually completely out of water stored in the house, so just filling it up. If you do it all at once and store it in a barrel, it just kind of makes everything a little bit more efficient when it comes to running, getting some water and stuff like that. Also, you can see we only get 14 liters of water a day now, so that 350 liter capacity will take a while to build up again, since I had to repair my well. Alright, boom, we're good to go. Alright, it's the 8th of March. Outside temperature is -12. Which we don't really have much of a reading for, so we'll go ahead and just mark this down as beginning temperature. Though I'm thinking about making it -13 just to offset maybe the day or so that we're late. I'm marking that down. Here we are, looking at our awesome little turret we worked on last stream. So between streams, I was over here kind of fiddling with the chisel a little bit, trying to come up with a good way to kind of get this cobble dry stone to merge smoothly into the limestone stonework, and then also to combine... I'm dying. Combine some of the dry stone elements together so they don't look quite as squared off and unique. So this is just a long-term project to do something like this. Also what it would look like to put some stonework exposed from the lime wash here, and how this might interact with the bricks and stuff like that. Also went ahead and framed out of polished stone, polished andesite, the arrow slit, because I think that would have looked nice. I have been working on the crenellations a little bit, or not crenellations, but supports for the upper wooden deck. As you can see here, these are like little chiseled areas where the flooring, the supports for the flooring is kind of poking through the wall. Kind of a classic look. Been working on a little bit of a rough-in on some more of these battlements. I went ahead and made a door for the gate and widened it to a 4x4 entryway, but it's 2 sets of 2x4 doors. So that looks pretty good. Hey, Apex, how's it going, man? Here you can see, hold on, getting some weird FPS jitter. Let's turn off VSync for a while. You can see here, this is those beams that are kind of poking through the side of the wall, right? Which looks pretty cool. Currently, the only way up onto the tower is just, you're going to have to climb the wall a little bit to get up here. And this is probably going to be the normal pathway until we get some official staircases up here. But you can see I've been kind of working on the supports. I need to wrap that around onto this side. Here you can kind of see the arrow slits from the inside. Also, I narrowed out the windows on the upper deck floor here and added more windows to compensate. We'll have to get some beams and things up through here. And then I carried basically the same motif that's kind of in that structure along the main wooden battlements here. So this is the current state of things at the castle. This wall is going to go up a little bit before connecting to this tower. So I think we're going to have to start the stream a little bit again with gathering some limestone. You can see we're only down to 2. We've used over half of our limestone, I believe, at this point that we gathered last stream. So we need to go gather some more now. So I'm going to store all my chisels here. I need to make a new actual hand chisel, like the normal chisel. So what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and blacksmith up maybe a piece of iron. Just a little bit of iron work here to start the day. This is my copper hammer that goes with my chisel stuff. How's it going, Pancake? We'll get dog houses for them yet. Tell you what though, I am liking the looks of this. It's looking pretty good. Let's go store some of our stone away here. It's my wood chest. Stone chest. I killed 2 of our male cows also, which I need to grab from storage. I made these temporarily in here. Some meat storage. It keeps meat fresh for so long, isn't it? It's crazy. But I was gonna go ahead and make some new stuff. Even another 24 servings of something real quick too. I'm already all over the place, guys. I'm already all over the place. This is... Boom, boom. Alright, start this cooking pot up. Close that out. Need to put that back into storage, but first things first, we need to do this. Okay, and make this into standard chisel. Where is standard chisel? Man, you can hear that cooking pot through a 2-block thick wall. Alright. A legendary iron chisel. Look at that. 14,000 durability. Sticking with just torches or going lanterns? I think the walls and towers will probably do torches. But all interior spaces will probably either do candles, lanterns, things that'll make more sense. I think outside, I like the sconce in outer areas. And then inner areas, no sconce. Let me store this meat here. We might need to go get some more peat. We're actually very, very low on it. Very, very low on that resource. Alright, hold on one second. I need to figure this out a little bit. Alright. Integrations. Chatbot. Turn that off. Confirm. Profile. Okay, yep, that's normal. It's all good. I don't know why Botrix is failing really hard right now. For me. Yep. Alright, how we doing there? Fine. Let's go get some peat across the way there. Oh, and some food first. Oh man, the 1.21 update is gonna be so good. Alright, so with our horse, it just saves resources in terms of food and water. We take our horse more. Also, we are man of the saddle, right? You know, we are a lord, a sire. Not just a landless knight anymore. I need some riding fatigues. may actually pick up the peat perk at some point, but... The nice thing about peat is if you only use it really for cooking, as long as you're not cooking for anyone more than yourself, a single deposit lasts forever. Oh, look at that tower. So I have some cool ideas, okay? A couple cool ideas that I thought about while I've been just mulling over, listening to a book, doing some chiseling, you know, relaxing. I'm thinking that one of the towers on the castle Outer Bailey here is actually going to be a windmill. It's going to be another vertical windmill, because I think at least that'll go in line with the verticality of a castle, right? And it'll allow me to actually introduce some automation to our blacksmith. So this tower here is actually going to be a little bit tall from like a solid stone perspective, so it might even go about halfway up the roof on this side. And then it's going to get a vertical windmill on it. And then this tower is going to power the new blacksmith that's going to be built kind of in this location here, up against this new outer wall once we start working on that. So that's the plan with that tower. Because I thought about it and like, yeah, we could have another turret here to defend this section of wall. But there's so much turret defensive slots here that that's fine. And most of the time, I feel like siegers will try and go through the doorway first. And so we need a second defensive tower more on this side. Even though there's going to be plenty of little arrow slits and murder holes over here also. Am I allowed to say murder holes on YouTube? I don't know. How we do? Okay, well, I'm hoping the 1% spoiled isn't going to ruin this food. It might. We'll just have to see. Okay, let's hang up our chisel. Pop. Grab this guy. We need our splitters. Lovely. Go ahead and fill up on water. Bring this little thing of food with us. We'll see. We'll see. I need to wait until this thing's done, honestly. Gotta wait. But also doing a little bit more dungeoneering. I found a lumberwright's blueprint, the carpenter's bed blueprint, the metalworks, Jonas lamp blueprint, and also the mechanics blueprint. Crispy bacon. Uthris breaking news after review. Travis Kelce's proposal to Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce? I don't know famous people. Has been overturned, and he did not have his knee on the ground. Oh. There is a flag on the field. Jonas Bros lamp? Yeah, Jonas Bros. You can use that to make these kind of steampunky lamps, which have like a blue glow to them. So if you want to have like a kind of cool science-y thing. There's also gas lamps. that you can make with the lamprite. If you want kind of a bronzy gas lamp look. And then I think that's really it. There's some decorative stuff we have. You know, Apollo strikes me as a goth lamp kind of guy. With how much he hangs out with bartenders. A ceiling lamp. That's kind of cool. Ceiling lamp mounts. Ceiling. Oh, a shaft. Come on, hurry it up. Hurry it up. It's about to be spring again, Apollo. Are you gonna hop back in? Are you gonna grace us with your presence? I should probably seal those. Do I have an empty crock anywhere? Nope. We're just gonna go ahead and bring this up. What is this? Red meat stew with boiled scallions and parsnips. Had to read it, make sure there's no poisonous mushrooms in there. Also, in case you missed it, Apollo, last stream, I kind of said that I was going to be doing the archives, which is the first story location and boss in Vintage Story. I'm going to be doing that the weekend of the 12th next month. If you want to come in as a mercenary and kind of putt around the archives and check it out, you can. It's open to people who haven't really done it before. I'll have to reset it and figure out how that freaking works. You're on your third death this season? That's nothing, man. You gotta get those numbers up. Those are rookie death numbers. I'm gonna be on my fourth death falling off the tower at this rate. Just from gravity. It emerged like a weed. Alright, we got everything we need. Let's go get some more limestone. I actually might need to make some more ladders, but we got plenty of sticks over here. There we go. Yeah. Alright, to the limestone quarry. Would have died at least 100 times by now. Nah. Whew. Look at that off in the distance. Once we have more spires and the keep made, rework the outer palisade, get rid of the blacksmith. I'm going to completely remove the starter house we made and blacksmith. Make a whole new blacksmith shop. And then I'm going to attach stables to it so that I can take our current stables and actually rework that into the cow pasture where we will have access to the cows and bovine. Where did you even end up settling, Apollo? Or did you not really make a house yet? Oh, there's some baby cows in her fields. Okay. That's a good spot. Not many people went north because, like, we started in a cold climate, so a lot of people, I feel like, either went just directly east or west. And people have kind of explored north a little bit, but I just don't think anyone's settled up there. Alright, let's get rid of all this snow. This is a slip hazard. Packets north? No, you're actually pretty flat. You're west of spawn, essentially. Only 200 some blocks north. When I say if no one went north, I mean like no one really went more than, you know, 2,000 blocks north to settle a base. Yeah, because technically everyone's in the what would be considered the north, if you just want to go off climate. Let me up. Also, if anyone is selling large stone slabs from the quarry mod of either andesite or limestone, I might buy them from you. So if you're on the server and you have quarried slabs of either of those stones, let me know. I think a slab of like 198 or something like that, I'll pay 5 gears for. Yep. Never spend more for an acquisition than you have to. What is this, software ink advice? When you buy your competitors? Or is this an open TTT advice? So, Monopoly advice? This might be Monopoly advice. Never place friendship above profit. That is definitely your motto. The amount of times you had to bail out lumberjack me in software. And the only reason you bail us out is because it's not because we're your friends. It's because technically we're your client. So we drive profit. Still. So the reason I instead, like I could use the quarry mod to like kind of shear off this little bit. The reason I'm using my pickaxe is to get a little bit of mining XP because, you know, it is good to get the XP, but also the stones. So that I don't have to waste as much with rebel hammers on these slabs. So this is kind of like what is this? Every 6 slabs I get a couple stacks of stones. So let's get another 6. Boom, 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 boom. So what are you guys doing this Friday? Anything fun? Latinum? What is Latinum? Apollo speaking in riddles today. Speak plainly, sire. Sire Apollo. Look, I don't think Lumberjack was sold on Yap Yap, Apollo. I don't think he was sold on it. He didn't look excited at all. He just kind of looked at it, was just like, wow, Uthris wants to play this game. Zero hype. Give them what? Haven't talked to him in a few days. I mean, you were on a stream yesterday. Not like in Discord or anything, but you were in chat. Unless you don't count that as talking with Lumberjack, huh? You're just like, no, please. You probably get like a wake up phone call from him or something. That's talking with Lumberjack. So does that mean you can ask him how work is going? If you have real conversation with Lumberjack, and I'm just a superficial streamer guy, is that why I can't ask him how work's going? The most benign question you can ask a dude? Fake public talking. What does that even mean? How can you fake public talk? Well, we got some coal. This is gonna interrupt our quarrying. Hopefully it's just a thin sheet. Oh yeah, chat, I saved a hummingbird today. How badass is that? I saved a damn hummingbird. I'm a good guy. So I went outside with the cats. Because, you know, I let the cats outside into the yard occasionally. They get all confused, and it's hilarious. As they walk around. But, oh wait, is that actually working? Is... Hold on. Is that actually working now? Is my chat thing working? It actually just shows up at the very, very top left. Why is it showing up there? I expected it to be like my old one. Here, let me do something more like that then. Is that why you've been just saying random shit, Apollo? I feel like that's why you've been saying random shit now. That was not working a second ago, or I just haven't noticed it working. Yeah, now he's not going to say anything. He's not going to say shit now. Facts. Okay. What do you guys think of that chat overlay? I used to have one. I preferred scrolling up though, rather than going down. Wait. Is it only showing up for members? No, okay, it's a breeze got there eventually. Cool blocks look. Okay. Cheese. Cheese, Gromit. Seems a little laggy though. Yeah, I don't know if there's like it only checks chat every so many seconds or something like that to kind of keep the bandwidth low or something. Someone put a 1 in chat, and we'll see how long, like a 20-second delay. That's when I saw that message. That seemed pretty instant to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta go medium latency? For bot rigs? So this is like a bot rigs thing. See, something, I think it's doing it just on like a X number of seconds. So if you guys huh, okay. I think I'm on short latency or something. I feel like, yeah, it just feels like some of it gets timed really well, and then some of it is slow. I don't know how Balrix does it. I'm just glad it's showing up, because, you know, I kind of miss having the chat on the side. You know, as long as people don't go crazy. Yeah, it feels like Raptor is on like a 30-minute delay sometimes. Like what is my latency at? Stream latency. I'm at low. Yeah, low latency. I don't know why you would want it at medium. Honestly, I like seeing the chat fairly quickly and reacting to it, and you guys being able to see my reaction fairly quickly to what was said. All right, that's a decent amount of limestone. You can see how much this 2 8 block as in terms of size, right? It's the same amount of area as an 180 block, but there's some extra stones in here, so obviously this is a little bit more space efficient. A little bit more space efficient. Let's store this into our stone chest. Boom, 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 boom. We have some gravel and sand. I don't know yet what I want to do with my pathing in and out of the castle. That's going to be a later Uthris problem. How many servings is left on this? 3? Well, it's spoiling, so we'll just eat out of that for a while. All right, well, let's just continue to rough in on the walls, get everything to a good height. So, let's see. I'm gonna need some ashlar blocks, both types. Andesite smooth stone. I'll take my bandage off, this bar, and my axe. Don't think I need that right now. And I need smooth limestone. Boom, 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 boom. And some dry stone. Here. Free advice is seldom cheap, true. Alright, need a couple chisels just to work with here. I need the wedge. Should give me, I believe, that's slabs. Bronze wedge chisel. Yeah, bricks. Bricks. That's what I need. And I need rough cut for stone and rubble for the other thing. I'm not going to use much polished stone. Polished stone for me is for like little details. So like the little detail we put along the arrow slit here, that's going to be polished stone, right? So if I climb up here, you can kind of see. So this is polished stone. It's good for that kind of clean inlay look into a space. All right, I probably should get this tower up to the height that I kind of wanted, and also work on a little bit of the hillside that's under it. So let's get some smooth stone. Definitely gonna need that. I may need to buy some more andesite. Is Jura around? Or Robkin? Oh, God, the shoulder. Okay. Let's go over here. Why ask what you can take? Hey, Uthris, why'd your server die? Ha, well, you know, thievery was rampant. You know? Oh no, I need to make more mortar. Forgot about that. Where were you at? Oh, not much. Not much left of the good old mortar. Why? Why? Can you just start quoting from Art of War, Apollo? Because it feels like you're already quoting, like, Confucius. It's faster to apologize than ask for permission. I don't think it's about easy. I think the quote is actually it's easier to ask for permission, or easier to ask for like apologize than to ask for permission or something. No good deed ever goes unpunished. Oh boy. I feel like that is very true with how you guys are treating the chat. See? You were so fast that you forgot the thing was about being fast. Or easier. Easier. See, now I'm confused. Everyone confuses the hell out of your enemies. Is that really, like, an actual thing? Why does that sound more like a shoebyism than a shoesbyism than something that is in the Art of War? Then again, Shoesby could have written the Art of War for all we know. Probably did. Is how you bully people in Star Trek New Horizons? I didn't even know that was a game. I'm not much of a Trekkie. Do you just have like a quote thing nearby? Or like ChatGPT open, like throwing you random things to put? Okay, of course. Hear all, trust nothing. Let's just put that there, maybe. Yeah, there. Okay. Yeah, well, you know what? That's fine. I'm fine with the proverbs. That's okay. Honestly, it's okay. There are worse things to troll people with in chats, and you know, at least this way, you guys are just sharing wisdom. You know, it's a very wisdom-based stream today. Hope you guys don't mind. Did you just walk into guys reciting their own book of proverbs? Yep, that's what you walked into. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so again, this tower needs to go at least halfway up the roof. So we need to get up to about there. And then I will worry about making some sort of windmill mechanism to sit on top of it. Because once I put the windmill up there, then we'll know for sure, is that the luck that we want or not? For now, I actually need to grab a bunch of packed dirt. Just luckily that we're reclaiming a lot of this. Because I'm going to have to build up the hillside here. Because this thing needs to sit onto a hillside. So, I'm just going to get packed dirt. Start working some magic. And then that way we can just cover it eventually with some nice smooth stone fascia. And we use packed dirt because I don't want any of this to potentially landslide out. And plus, if I end up kind of carving into this, it'll also prevent it from landsliding out. Very, very important stuff. So, I don't know what I'm getting into making this castle. I have a feeling this is going to be a crazy long project. So you guys are in for the long haul, that is for sure. Hope you're okay with that. So something that I want to do is actually bring the smooth stone up into this to make it look more like, hey, there's a little bit of exposed rock here that this tower is really built onto. Nice, and that solid foundation's actually enforcing this wall too. That kind of partially collapsed on us. He's 202. You guys are getting very, very specific with the jokes. Very, very unique. So this one, I would like a doorway into here so that we can climb up. Also, what's the, shoot gear, no, axle? Wooden axle pass-through. Fits inside a full block to transfer power while maintaining room integrity. Yeah, I need that. You're a chemist and you understood that joke? Okay. Uthris is not a chemist and didn't understand the joke. Vanilla server? No. We got a lot of mods, like close to 90 on the server. I wouldn't say that's like a lot, but it's a good amount of mods. Let's go get some food. Safely say, do not drink H2O2. Because it's so clear, it takes a long time to realize it. If you immediately know the candlelight is fired, the meal was cooked a long time ago. Oh my god. No. Since 1.21 doesn't have all the mods updated that we need on the server yet, so... And we're hoping at the end of next month we'll be on 1.21. That's the hope and dream. We just have to see if it comes true. So we're still on 120.12. So I had to kind of change how I wanted the doors here. I really originally wanted these doors to open outwards, but apparently the bar that would accept like a wood bar kind of coming across here to lock this is on the inward. It's kind of interesting. Because you would think, if you want a defensive door, right, that resists getting pushed inward, you would actually design the door to only open outwards, and then the frame of the structure that it rests against will help support the door from being rammed in. And then as long as you give nothing for them to pull on, it should be fine. Guess you had to get my baby tooth in a cup. I guess I thought, hey, random glass of water. Oh, wow. Wow. Hey, you know, that's fine. You know what you learned? The Tooth Fairy works at urgent care. That's what you learned. She drives business to them. She's a lobbyist, a tooth lobbyist. We gonna stand for that? What was I doing again? Oh my god, guys, this is gonna be hard to watch. It's gonna be hard to watch. I'm gonna get so distracted. I need more smooth stone. And I'm also gonna need more Alshar. Tooth pack. Oh, shoot. I don't have any more mortar. What do we need for that? Slaked lime. Conglomerate sand. Limestone. So we need sand and slaked lime. Fires into one. Okay, so we can do this via cooking pots, I guess. I don't have many cooking pots. We'll have to make some in a second. Let me just get this tower a little bit taller first, so we can kind of see how it's gonna look. Thinking here. That's how tall it's gonna need to be. Barrel is easier. Are you talking about making slaked lime? You need a barrel for that. But I can't cook quick lime in a barrel. Alright, let's just see how this is. Yeah, if you keep an item in your offhand, your hunger rate goes up by... what is that? 20%? And if you keep it there? Yeah. Okay. I don't think that'll be too bad once we have the windmill on it. And I might, you know, we're gonna need to have the same kind of guide stonework around that. And the reason I don't think it's gonna be too bad is because at least the windmill offers some movement. So it's not just gonna be a static square with no other detail going on it. And it's better than having like a normal bladed windmill on that tower. I think. Who knows? But we just, you know, we just need a second windmill. Like, we have to build one. There's kind of no way around that conundrum. I do not have really any clay left. I might have enough for 4 pots. I have not done much clay farming. Once I kind of get out of the pottery age, kind of never really go back to it much. Until I'm adding like details and vases and vessels and other things around. They add pottery wheel as part of the mechanical update? Yeah. I mean, we have a mod for it on the server, so technically we have one. And if you hook it up to a windmill, it like makes it even faster. But X skills, you know, since we have that, does not receive. You don't receive pottery XP if you use that. So, how much quicklime do you need for mortar again? So 40 would be 40 liters. 40 liters would be 320 mortar. Okay. So every 4 of these, 320. I could bump it up to 5, but I'm too lazy to get another pot made. Ah, shit. I can't use aged hay, can I? I don't think I can. Yep. Alright, well, we do have some grass. Not a whole lot, but we can try and grab some. We gotta dry it out. And then in the meantime, oh, rip. Just try this out here. That'll be enough to do at least a couple kiln firings if we need to. In the meantime, I can put the floor in, maybe build our gear. Ow, dick. I can work on the hillside a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add a little bit of a crenellation, I think, at the top. Something kind of decorative. So the bales that I have is straw bales. They're not. They don't get turned back into dry grass. Because I didn't make grass bales or hay bales. I made straw bales. And that's all straw. Unless I have grass or hay bales somewhere. I don't think I do. Do I? Nope. I think it's just all straw. Rip. All right, let's get a couple things made then. We need a vertical axis, vertical 3-sail axis. So that's a log, resin, fat, 2 iron plates. So we can do that. Do 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 do. Hard to grow and complicate the early game when you're trying to make things like a campfire? No, because when you spawn in, as long as it's not winter, I mean it can if you're doing things in bulk is really the answer. But when you spawn in, it's usually warm enough for the grass to be grown. And you can find dry grass to cut. It's just more rare than normal grass. So you can start a campfire and things. And as long as you start doing the grass gathering early, then you can dry it out. And grass, lasts a couple in-game years in piles. It's just recently I just used all mine to feed my cows. So we got 4 pregnant females right now. So I had to wait until the thaw to get some more grass in bulk to store. But early game, I wouldn't say it's enough a problem unless you spawn in winter. Yep, that's why some of the grass have different colors. And then what you'll notice with the mod is all the grass that I cut down, that I've with my scythe and gathered over the time, It actually stays eaten during the winter, so I actually can't re-harvest this grass in the winter. I could harvest this one because I haven't technically harvested it yet. But what will happen is the trade-off for not having these ones in the winter is that when late summer arrives, this turns into really tall grass, like about as tall as the player. And when I harvest that, you get a lot more straw. So you can kind of do like a grass cutting silage operation if you wanted to. Yeah, Art of Growing is 100% my favorite mod right now. Art of Growing and Toolsmith, I would say. Oh, I can't wait till we make a new forge. I like this forge, honestly. It's a great starter forge, in my opinion. It's been good to us for, well, we're on the 4th in-game year. But I'm excited for something a little bit more practical for bigger metalworking projects and stuff than just simple tool smithing. One Roof is really good. I agree. There's just so many really good mods, but there's some of them that I think should be kind of how the base game should operate. So that's why they're kind of like my number ones, right? Wish dynamic roofs worked with half blocks. I don't know exactly what you mean by that one. Also, I really don't know the difference between a one roof and a dynamic one roof. I feel like dynamic maybe picks up the texture underneath of it, and is that what makes it dynamic versus one roof? So far, I've only ever used dynamics, so I don't know for sure. Wow, Spam Boy really likes to spam, man. The only people that like spam that much are British. We got a bonger in chat. If it shows out the side of the block below the dynamic texture, it will align with it and be empty. Okay. You've never had spam? Okay. It's in my opinion an acquired taste. Though I do think if you like fry it, you know, like a skillet or something, it makes it a lot better. It's basically bologna at that point. All right, let's see. Log, fat, resin, hammer, chisel. Springtime, when springtime really comes into full swing, chat, I need to make some resin gathering spiles and buckets. Oh, what the F? What happened to all the snow? What happened to all these blocks? Why are they invisible? Okay, a little bit of a glitch. That's fine. We'll just ignore it. That's what all good people do. I'm pretty sure if I get away and walk back into this area, it'll load it in there. I've been noticing chisel blocks sometimes kind of just fade out right now. They didn't used to do that. Okay, we got some resin now, which we can use to make that, and then we needed the log. Pine logs should suffice. Sweet. The mecha giraffe, here's all. Here's something for sure. Praise Dave. Praise Dave. Oh, nice. We have more blue clay. Okay. I need some stuff to use as a ceiling temporarily. Tell you what, as we're getting things made, the more this tower looks like a boob. Let's go up from the side. I'm really interested to see what this thing's going to look like, though, on the map when it's done. Because right now, I like everything up here. Looks pretty good. Everything down here, not so much. Everything down here, not so much. It's not my point. Alright. That's gonna go there. Actually, it's gonna go one block higher, I think. Because I'll probably inset this into a rotor again. Or a large gear, just to give it a little bit more of that base. And then down here, we'll use the pass-through block. I don't know how that works. How does the axle pass-through work? Do I just place this on a block and it just spawns an axle connection on each side? And do I have to use a full block? This is really high. Yes on the pass-through or the full block one? Because I kind of changed the question up on you. I think it's a full block. We'll find out. So I'm assuming I need an axle for that and steel and iron plate. Both. Yes to both. Okay. You know, we have our machinist mechanisms blueprint. Rice bran oil, soybean, peanut oil, sunflower oil, seed oil, flax oil. We do have flax oil. Yeah, let's get our machinist mechanism blueprints. We get double. Logs wise. 6x for the lump of fat though. That's pretty huge. Trying to decide if I want to have a little bit of a roof going boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Up this way. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like there's a new version of it, and the other one's discontinued, kind of deal. Okay, well, we need another frickin' plate. Good thing I got a little bit of iron left. Pretty soon at this rate, I'm going to be making a new meteoric iron sword. Oh boy. Food and water. The old one used to eat a bunch of torque as well, but the new one shouldn't. Okay, that's good. Oh, but I'm just passing through that single block for now. And then when we build the blacksmith here at the base of this tower, which is kind of a weak point over a castle if you think about it, right? If I have... So what I might end up doing for the blacksmith is kind of attaching it to the tower with a staircase down kind of underneath here to like some sort of stone undercroft like thing that you know, we might have a little access point into the inner bailey from there. No, just doesn't make sense from a siege perspective. I basically don't know how I'm gonna come from this windmill into our blacksmith area that's gonna be over here, and I have no idea how I'm gonna move these cows. Why not make it within the walls? Because I kind of don't... I mean, I could. You know. I could make this like a smithy area with an undercroft like section down here underneath this floor to like allow for room for machining and things, but I don't know. That makes the most sense. Now, if I do that, what I would have to do, I may have to change the plan looks for this and kind of face it off this wall and towards me more. And maybe we can get like a blacksmith kind of in this corner, and then like one or two little stalls for a horse here as well. That could be doable. Get distracted. My hammer's about to break. That kind of sucks. Oh, shoot. That's not good. I mean, it's fine. We should have enough voxel still. I almost ruined this plate. Almost ruined the plate. Let's repair this hammer. The handle's breaking on it. Into the cow pit with you. New rope. Okay, good. So I got like 17 tool handles left. I have to worry really about making more. I'll probably make more when I'm down to like 5 tool handles. Or something. Okay. We got our copper. Boop, boop, boop. So we need, let's do 3 animal fat. 9 logs and our blueprint. Blueprint back. Okay, and then we can turn this into this, which is just a plate. That, this, and that. All right. Take it. Back in there. Let's see if this goes through a half block. Just curious. I know you guys already told me it's probably going to be a full block. But I want to see if it goes through a half. Place failure. Okay. Need a more suitable type. Okay. Let's just use a bit of stone. Boom. Actually, I like the stone. Like that. I think that's kind of cool. And then we'll get a nice large gear up here. Again, I mean, we're not going to apply any torque or anything special. I just want it to sit on top. The wind's probably going to be fairly similar to that guy over there. It's a couple blocks taller, which will be good. I mean, we are at height level 147, which is pretty good because normally I'm building more sea level. So this is already pretty high up here. Let's get some of the sails for it, I guess. See what we need for that. And it's going to be the full height on that one. So we need these, which is going to be 4, 4, 4, and 8, 16, 24. So 32 linen. We can do that. Let's get some sticks and our spindle. That's 4 stacks of linen fibers, I think. That, and this. Okay, we need a couple more here. Okay. Oh, wait. Cloth first. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Okay, connect these. So I have 16. Technically I have 18. Which is enough for 6 of these. So 6 of these. A decent amount of sticks. Hammer, chisel. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 is the limit. I really don't know. If this gets us like one more rating of torque more than the grain mill, then that should be the limit. I think the limit's like 260 or 320 on the vertical windmill. I can't wait until we have a staircase, guys. Getting up here kind of sucks. And there's a heavy temporal storm, of course. That's fine. So we're at 200. That might not be even as tall as the other one yet. Is the other one 260? $240, okay. This should give us 240 then. I swear it'll take one more, but honestly, I'm okay with 240. Let's get a large gear. Couple fat planks. So 2 crafts of this. It's enough for a large wooden gear. Kind of want to have a little doorway into here that'll take us up to a service hatch over that way. Maybe we can do the... We should probably do the back corner, honestly. How tall is this? Can we get a doorway here? No. You don't have to be completely even with this. That's fine. This wall. So I'll let you pass through here. And to look down there, but no way up into it. I could probably get a little arrow slit here and an arrow slit here also. Which means... probably this corner. So there's a mod like Minecraft's JEI where you press a button next to a crafting recipe and it'll place it in your inventory. I don't know if there's a mod for that, but honestly I kind of don't want there to be a mod for that. Because I think that on the roadmap for this game, right, they want to get rid of the 3x3 crafting grid as much as possible. That's their goal. So they want more in-world crafting on a lot of things. So if I have the spinny thing here, I'm not going to be able to get out. Womp womp womp. I could do something kind of silly though instead. I'll set that idea to the side for now. I mean, I actually still need this to get up and down to work on this tower for a bit. Alright, let's go see if that grass is dry now. This is a big OSHA hazard. Place your bets now if you think I'm going to fall on that. You can't open screens in a way where you can see them all at the same time. So like this. Really, the big thing that I have is my inventory and my player is all marked as movable. So I moved them all over here out of the center of my screen so that I can do things with them open, like open chests and other things. And then by default, it just kind of allows my handbook to do the same thing. So if I look at rye bread, I can, or really any recipe, like Axel, I guess. I can look at a recipe and still access this, right? What game is this? You're new here? This is a game called Vintage Story. It's an awesome block building game. It is not Minecraft as much as people think it is Minecraft, but it is a lot more of a based in reality kind of Minecraft-ish game, right? So, you know, crafting, survival, harvest trees, plant a farm, build. There's a lot of decorative options in terms of like what you can do decorative-wise. The blacksmithing is very in-depth. It follows like realistic rock strata. In my opinion, it's just straight up what I wanted Minecraft to be. Back when I was playing Minecraft heavily in like the early betas and stuff before Notch left. So this is our community server we run for members and stuff. For those who have the game. And so we're working on a castle right now. Terraformercraft, but it's his own game. That is true. But this guy didn't work on Terraformercraft. Oh, what I'm actually doing? Oh, sorry. Well, there's your rundown on. Yeah. So this is our community server. We are in year. What year are we in now? 4. Year 4. It's March, so spring is on the way, which is exciting. We run a fair amount of mods on our server, about 90 of them. This is my little settlement here. I'm kind of a solo survivalist at the moment. There's plenty of other people on the server building things, such as my girlfriend's very large horse stables up there, and her base, Cade's base, the Elven Ethania base, Jers and Robkin's base, Pack Wolf is up here. Like we got a fair amount of people on the server, and I'm just working on upgrading my homestead. So I'm tired of living in a little shack and doing all of our blacksmithing out of here. That I've decided that now that the farms are kind of finally complete, I want to move on to a larger project, which is to build a large, well, I would say medium-sized castle and keep uphill, up on our little hill here. So this is what we've been working on for the past few streams. And then this is going to be our windmill that's going to be powering our new blacksmith. It's going to be sitting on one of the towers here. A lot of fun chiseling and other little things. Do I have a mid-March temperature? I do. Man, chat, we need to start planting at the end of March. Oh boy. It's almost planting season. Let's hop on haunts. Dang, year 4. That's quite far. Glad you actually see community servers, maybe civilization videos. Yeah, I would say we're not quite like someone like Rubik's Raptor or anything like that. It's a little bit more of a casual community for sure. We don't have many roles though, in terms of like what you can do and be. We got everyone from like magi and people who want to progress. Like some people on our server got to steal within, I don't know, one real life day. I just want to see what this looks like from back here. I don't know why any of these are unloading, but I need to maybe move away. I think if I frame that windmill right, it'll look okay, honestly. It'll be a nice contrast to the large defensive tower, I think. And if I get a little bit of a battlement along it, and a little bit of what's on this as well. But yeah, no, I'm super excited that Vintage Story is kind of popping off for a lot of people. I've been playing Vintage Story for a long time. You know, everything from like, I've done a hardcore survival recently. And then also we've done a couple community servers in the past. So this is like season 4 for us. But yeah, I'm just happy more people seem to be getting into Vintage Story. Honestly, it deserves it. Build a frame around it in each corner and build a wooden spire above it. I don't know if I want to build a roof on that one. Honestly. I'm just come over here, by the way, to kind of reload the terrain that we're at, because we're starting to get some weird chisel block oddities. I might have to relog too. That might fix it, but we'll see. A little bit of desync. That's what happens when you have a large server, you know. Desync can happen. I hope 1.21 brings some better multiplayer stability too. I mean, we're not on it yet, but a man can dream. A man can dream. The fact that you can see our first spire all the way from back here is pretty crazy to me. It's right there. So once we have this road down here and some of these trees trimmed, yeah, there's a lot. Maybe flange the top floor tower out. Door to exit along the wall. Door to exit along the wall. I have a feeling that's kind of what I was thinking about doing, but we might be describing it in different ways. So what I want to do, instead of having a ladder come up through the floor, is if I have a little ladder to like a door on the side of the tower, that lets you step out onto like a wooden step. That lets you kind of walk up the outside of the tower to the roof for maintenance. Would be kind of cool. I just have to kind of get to that point. But we're kind of waiting for grass to dry. Progression has been halted by grass. Let's check our grass. No, wait. That's not where I put it. Put it over here. Dries in 0 days. Okay. Wow. Soon. And heavy temporal storm. Should I actually just fight in it this time? Should we farm some gears, lads? We're gonna fight in our tower. That way we have kind of a retreat point. Here we go. Fire's just down. Come here, guy. Okay. He's a lost cause. Don't lose the high ground. Enemy archers have taken the walls. VS halted by a minuscule amount of early game materials. That does seem to be the norm. Now, even though I am in plate mail, and we are decently equipped, a tier 4 or 5 mob can still do a lot of damage to us. I haven't even faced a tier 5 mob yet. I have a feeling that would just completely wreck my day. Oh no. That's a tier 4 one. I'm stuck. I'm dying. Build a tower with a moat around it with half blocks, you thrust your sword. That is true. I don't want to build like any sort of mob farm, honestly. I kind of, even in Minecraft, that's just not really my style, honestly, to do stuff like that. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not gonna get to skin some things. That kind of sucks. Yeah, it's way more fun that way. But also, you know, I think, shoot, Solston? Is that his name, Solston? I don't know, he had a really good, like, boiler room kind of mob farm kind of thing. That was a pretty aesthetically pleasing way to do like a mob farm. Alright, back in our leather armor. Alright, should be dry grass now. We need sticks, and we should have firewood at our pit kiln. What, the, using boiling water to hurt mobs? Like building on a geyser thing? I think that's still a thing. I think it still hurts mobs if they fall into it. I could be wrong. I've never really made one, so I don't know for sure. Alright, both of those. That'll lead out this way. So the first real staircase is going to be in through this section. I was hoping... And then this section of wall, actually, I don't think it's going to have a walkway or anything connecting to the keep. So we're going to isolate the keep from the outer Bailey wall as well. That way, if they take the outer Bailey wall, they still have to take the keep separately. So the wall will connect, but it's not going to be a pathway. Dramatically reduced drops. That's a good way to do it. Because they already have, like, the mechanic of, like, you know, if animals get killed by, like, a bear or something, you don't get as much from, like, skinning it. And things. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is actually going to be, like... a little barracks. That you can kind of walk into, and then staircase up. And then when we redo the smithy, you know, let's just get rid of all this dirt. For now, all this is going to get changed. All of it's going to get changed, and we'll just, you know, while we're waiting for the pit kiln to finish, we can just take some packed dirt, attack the hillside. Right? Start getting this thing ready for... We describe the water as acidic, so it explains how hot water kills mechanical hell spawns. True. True. Okay. Ow. So, if I'm not putting the blacksmith out here, what should I put out here? I do want some little things up against the wall. I'm thinking maybe if we have like some little market-ish stalls out here. Do a little bit of a market area. That could be kind of cool. Because it offers nothing in terms of a sieging thing. Some simple poorhouses, true. Could even do like maybe a bathworks or something. And again, I'm just filling this in with packed dirt, because if I end up having to carve something out, I'd rather most of this hillside be supported as possible. Okay. Yeah, I'll have this come out into like a staircase that's on the outside. Or something. To get you up there. So I think the forge is gonna go mostly against this wall. That'll allow us to kind of build a chimney kind of coming out here, which I think is fine. So let's say blacksmith, right? And then here we can try and fit a couple little stalls. For horses. That way we can move our horse from over there to over here. The small 3x3 will be a visitor stall. The 4x3 will be our horse's permanent stall, which just offers a little bit more room. This can just be storage. I don't know yet. I might end up filling some of this in to make the walls thicker, because that just makes the most sense to do. And then up here, you just have more space for whatever activities we want. I don't know yet where I want the well to be out here. It might end up being like here, honestly. But I think this will be a lot bigger of a smithy to have to work with. I'll have to do some sort of corner roof thing. I don't know yet on how I want to do that. ground storage, as in like fill this with ground storage. Could. This is gonna be like a small barracks. This blacksmith might be a little too big. Because I kind of wanted a roof kind of come out this way. So what if I instead flip this a little bit, and then we can have like a well here by the forge. And then machinery and stuff. I don't want a whole lot of machinery, honestly. I just want one health hammer and a pounder. I'll just gear them up one so that they're a little bit more efficient. Hello. What did we call these guys? Chucks? Is that their name? Yeah, could do that. I mean, I could also have the smith end here and then have like a little storage shed here. How's that looking? Okay, can't really tell on the map. It's a mess. Then we can have a little railing. That'll look nice. Let's get some andesite. Start skinning this hill a little bit. That's going to be a rough cut chisel. We need some more food. Can't wait till winter's over and I'm not eating so much food, man. Yes, give me all the stone. God, the stone quarry mod is just so good. I feel like having a cool rock face that this thing is kind of hanging on is just, it's just going to be important to sell the hillside look. And make sure no exposed stone is sitting on top of dirt, because that is silly. Might throw some cairns on this too. Four. Should be 3. Hey Fox, good to see you again. Welcome back. Oh, should we take a break from building, chat, and maybe do some dungeoneering instead? I mean, the castle's not gonna go anywhere very quick. Do I have any more torch holders at the moment? I'm gonna have to start crafting some. I might just start crafting some. Okay, looks like I need to craft some. I don't really have brass on hand though. Let's start storing things. I'm gonna need a lot of inventory if I'm gonna do any sort of dungeon diving. Fine with whatever I do. Oh my god, thank you for the support. I need to store my spindle. So our leather done. It is nice. Another 48 leather. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this leather, honestly. Start dyeing leather. There's a dark blue leather, Forgotten Noble, Malefactor. Light blue is for the alchemist kind of stuff. An azure embroidered shirt. That could be mage-like. Is there any better robes? Forgotten noble robe. What was that? Huh. Jord robe, earth toned robe. Obviously, this stuff's armor. Throw that in there. At one point, will I actually have time to do some Rustbound magic? Let's hang this stuff up. I think that's about as light as our inventory will ever really get. Alright. Eat. Food. Let's go on a little adventure, I guess. Grab our good armor. Store this. Take our armor off so we don't starve ourselves. And let's look for a dungeon, eh? I've been kind of clearing out this one down here lately, but I kind of want to hit another one instead. I might try and hit one of these two down towards red, maybe? And maybe even that one, I don't know. There's also that one. And that one. Maybe I'll do a pit stop with this one first, just to finish clearing it out. At least from the major lootable stuff that I don't have to glue and repair. So let's grab Haunts and be on our way. I might make this a little bit more steep looking too. I don't know yet. Alright, through the woods. While we are riding, just a reminder, this server is powered by viewers like you. If you guys want to join our Vintage Story server or anything like that, all you gotta do is become a member today of the channel, join our Discord, you get access to the server information, and then you are free to play with everyone else. That is all you need to do. Any tier of membership applies. Thank you. Hup. 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 Ah, bees! On a mission, raid a dungeon. Did I unload haunts from last time I went this way? I hope I did. Would have been silly of me not to. Can't see. Okay. Yep. Yep. Horses and elks through a forest is not always ideal. Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Trees. Trees. Hunt, snap. Okay, Hunts. Yep. Okay, took it like a champ. I can't see crap. Feels like I chose the worst way to get over here. Nothing new. Let me out of this forest, man. Kind of wish the Equus mod had better sounds for the horses. There needs to be some clippity-cloppity sounds, you know? Okay, we are here. Let's make sure you have inventory. You do. Equip our armor. Where's my ladder? I should have a ladder here. I did have a ladder there. Or did I... Okay, I guess it's that side. Whatever. Down into the pits we go. So I believe this is a better ruin dungeon. I've already looted a lot of it, but there's a couple little areas that I haven't gone to yet. Or at least I haven't fully scoured. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, I'm just gonna circle basically from the beginning here. So, let's see. Looking to see if there's any sconces that I missed. No, I don't need that. Let's go down here to the crypt room. So we've got a golden treasure chest and an age treasure chest. We'll probably take those. Ruined Volge. 8 throwing damage. That's pretty good. There's like stuff that I'll want to gather once we need some more decorative blocks. So like if I repair these bookshelves, they would look nice in like a library and stuff. Maybe if they didn't have quite as many cobwebs, but in fact, are there bookshelf full of stuff? Bookshelf full of stuff. I'll just see if there's a way to get unruined bookshelves, you know? Alright. Next area. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this Volge till it breaks. Take some limestone Alshar blocks. Yeah, the people that made this dungeon put a lot of coffins around. Oh no. What did you guys do? Okay, more like what did I do? What did I do to deserve this? Where is he? What? Okay. I'm very confused. Is there a cave up here? Where the heck is that bell? Alright, well, we're gonna leave it for a second. Just get down here and look real quick. We'll come back. We'll circle back. Plaster is a pain to make, so we should take it. Oh, hey. Ow. 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 Do 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 do. I wish there was ways eventually for us to like. There's these ruined weapons that you find, like this ruined claymore. It's really good. I wish there was ways in the vanilla game to like restore them. I think that would be really cool. We'll take the crystal. We'll take the altar. I do not need a flint shovel. I don't need copper arrows. I don't need these granite blocks. Or galena, or granite in general, or the flax. Okay. Alright, to the final room that I don't think I've fully looted on this thing. Am I really getting a message from work right now? That's a issue for Monday. That's what that's called. A Monday problem. Stop! I don't know where you are. But you know where I am. Ruined Jonas lamp. Could be cool to have eventually. Nothing really in there. So there's stuff that I do want to grab eventually. Like, we need to come back here with glue. That scared you? Good. Deserved. I have a feeling it's going to be up in the final room. Because apparently this loops around. Ruined lantern. Ruined lantern. Ruined axe. Salt. Oh. I think crushed alum is pretty good. Alright, I think the bell's in here. Stop. 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 Oh, this is like a little pool toy with like a little bucket arm. That's pretty cool. Cherry red aged book. It's too brittle to write in. Okay, well, we'll take it. It's an artifact. Tuning cylinder. Summer stroll. We don't have any... Ooh. Scarlet ornate linen tunic. Okay, that's pretty cool. And a elk medallion strand. Tuning cylinder through the grass of night. Ceres. Yeah, it's fine, right? You know, no issues here. Hey, Joffrey, how's it going? Nope. Can you... These metal fences are pretty nice to have, too, for decorative stuff eventually. Oh. A scarf, a cowl. I don't really care about the jewelry thing yet. Take a display case. I think that's fine. Let's get rid of metal parts. Loop, 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 loop. Nice gears. Shoots, don't care. We can make these as much as we want. Another elk medallion. Let's get rid of this. I don't need that. Take the elk medallion, and then what I'll do is we can take some stuff out via this. So tuning cylinders can all go in here and that. So that clears some room. Let's just keep looking for now. We already have the palisade blue. Ooh, we need that. I like that planter. Minstrel coat. Now that's a hell of a coat. Mooncloth robe. What? Another planter. Might need to go load up the horse and then come back into this room to grab some other things. Painting, Traveler's Solitude. Elk medallion, Byzantine crown. Gears, more toys. Cool little pots. No secrets. Okay. Hey. We're gonna toss that for a second. Toss that. Pick this up. Oh boy, we're gonna be slow. Nope, not doing that. That's too slow. We'll just run out. We'll run out and come back in. Since we're at the last room. Okay. All right, load up the horse and we'll be good. Yeah, we can exit out this way. Hey, Hans. You can, take this junk for me, bud. Probably don't need this coal. Okay, back down. Ah! Man, my helmet is just taking a beating, guys. Yeah, I need to make a meteoric plate helmet, I think. The silver one just isn't as good. Even though we get the cool visor opening. So every time I walk in here, does it spawn new mobs? Hey, 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 hey. I thought you were dead. Alright, wanted these. Wanted some of these planters. They could look nice in the castle. Didn't want anything there. Want this planter. Barrel cactus. Okay. More altars in case we want it. And just do a final kind of sweep. Close. Always take clothes. I guess I can take the jewelry now. Okay. Cool. Dungeon is done. I'm gonna mark this with an orange though, as a potential comeback for repaired items for decor. So it's not fully depleted of items that I might want. It's just cleared in terms of major loot and things to walk home with. Got that badge. All right, let's go get on haunts and then be on our way. Back to base. Back to base. This thing. I activated this, no. I didn't make that one. I made this one. It goes north. Or east and north. And then this one goes kind of east-north as well. Alright, I think we'll run into less issues if we go this way and around. Come, my trusty steed. Let's ride. I feel like I need a cooler name than Haunts for my horse, chat. But I just suck at names. It's literally the worst thing for me. Jump, 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 jump. Nope. 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 Get out of here. Son of a... Ah. Hans, calm down. I'm gonna play the flute. Come on, Hans. Oh, I'm so glad I have this thing now. Can't believe there's no more snow. Look at this. Springtime is around the corner, guys. Artax? Tony to Pony. Artax. Just looking for the Swamp of Sadness. I don't know. What is that from? Come on. Get out of the pine tree, bud. Oh, you fucking horse. Never-ending story? Huh. I never got into Never-ending Story growing up. I took one look at the dragon dog thing and I was just like, nah, man. I'm good. I think I'm good. What are you? Are you an elk? You are an elk. Hmm. Is that another elk? Growing out their antlers, man. Our castle's gonna be so much cooler than that castle. Mark my words. Granted, better ruined castles do look nice. Yeah. Yeah. Me and Cade need to work on the roadways around our bases still. Oh my god, I'm stuck in a tree. Jesus Christ, Cade, your windmill's going crazy. And we are home. With a horse full of loot. I'm gonna make a new loot chest. Yeah, I really do need to make a new loot chest. Crap. Alright. Let's change our armor out. Something a little bit more comfortable. My bookshelf. Nice. And I needed this for the castle. I will leave haunts somewhat packed up still. I don't want to deal with all that inventory right now. Alright, so what I wanted to do is throw a light back in here. So I can actually see a bit. Ah yes, my keep, full of portals. Totally fine. I'm sure this doesn't bode well, you know, anything negative for our ability to hold this building long term. I am still iffy on the whole 3 sale here. I'm still iffy on it, guys. What I might do, I'm gonna try something. Y'all aren't gonna like it, but I don't care. What if instead of having it up high, I just have it inside the tower and make it not visible? You know? Can I add more sails? Make sure the sails can rotate freely. Okay, so I guess a 3x3 isn't enough room. Which is actually good to know because that's what was gonna be up there. Should I just stick this in the ground then? How much room do we have in here if I were to do that? Yeah, let's see if this works. Not against the idea, I guess. And then we can just make this tower an actual functional tower, which is fine, in my opinion. Alright, let's see if it accepts a sail. It does. I don't know how much wind we're gonna get down here, because everything's blocked. Does that matter? It should matter. I believe. So here we're getting about 6... We'll just be generous and say 10% wind. Take it back to the top. How much wind do we get? %, 15, 16, 11, 8. Seems to be basically the same for this one. 17, 16. Alright, chat. This will be my question to you. Do I want the sail on top of the tower, or do I hide it underneath the blacksmith to never be seen, essentially? And we just have machinery coming out of the tower, and you just don't know where it's coming from. If we get rid of it on this tower, we can shorten the tower a little bit. Add just some basic things. Sail away. What is this? Stick song? Come sail away. Come sail away. Is sail away a vote to hide it, Apollo? I'd have to dig this out. to make enough room. And then I'll have to run some axles back up. Maybe have them pop up here. Not a vote? Just I asked for a vote. I'm gonna have to think on it. I think I'm gonna have to think on it. Because having the sail up that high, what if I shrink the tower and have the sail lower? I feel like having it taller than this is a bad look. Or it could be a good look. I don't have enough materials to know, because I'm waiting on mortar. I need mortar. Well, at least our pit kiln's done. Car grading in TCG is kind of fun. That's good. I'm glad. Started a new shop. Nice. 70 days in. Wow. Speed running it. Proud of you. Lumba couldn't do it. He didn't even want to touch trading cards. I mean he did actually try, but wasn't interested in it again. Alright, well, tell you what, guys. I've been streaming for 3 hours or so. I need to get some stuff done before the weekend. 1 or 2 blocks higher wouldn't be a bad look. Okay. That's a fair point. So, I think we'll go ahead and end this here. Of course, between streams, I'll kind of poke around at the castle and keep fiddling with things. Farming some materials, probably more so than anything. I need to get some quicklime and mortar for more bricks. And I think I'm going to commit to having that tower hold the windmill. And it's up to me to make it look good. Whatever that ends up looking like, I have no idea. But it's up to me to make it look correct. Okay? I have a couple little ideas in my mind that might work. We will just see. We will just have to see. So, with that, thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me tonight as we play some more Vintage Story on our community server. If you guys want to join the server, feel free to become a member today. Join our Discord, and you'll get access with everyone else. Play along. Start your own settlement. Have some fun. Until then, let me send you guys to... I guess Dirty. Raptor's probably going to end his stream soon. So we'll send you guys over to Dirty. Have a good weekend. Have a good Friday. Stay safe. We'll see you guys real soon. GG.